So yeah, tonight I want to talk about a trend I've been noticing on TikTok and YouTube and other social media platforms that I'd really like to address, and that's white fatigue. White fatigue can be explained very simply. Very, very simply.
White fatigue is the refusal to accept the burden of learning about how racism is taught by the patterns in society and government. A person may understand individual racism is wrong, but struggle to grasp the broader institutional forces at play.
Racism is the belief that humans can be divided into distinct biological races with inherent different traits, abilities, and morality, and that some races are superior to others. It is more than individual prejudice or discrimination. It involves the systemic power to enforce inequality through institutional policies, cultural norms, and societal structures that advantage one racial group while oppressing others. This systemic form of racism, often termed institutional, structural, or systemic racism, operates through laws, practices, and traditions that can create and maintain racial hierarchies, resulting in unequal access to resources, opportunities, and rights. Unequal access, okay? Racism can manifest in various ways. Alright, it goes on to explain how racism can manifest. I think we've all seen enough of that. The reason I say white fatigue is stemming from that definition is because someone's sitting in their house right now thinking, I am so tired of the black community. Look, you messed up right there. The black community isn't a thing. Each individual black person is a soul, is a human being, is a single, unique, individual being. And the same goes for all races. So if you're sitting there thinking, I'm so tired of this whole group, bam, boom, bada bang, right there. You've compartmentalized an entire group of people as to being one thing. Judging everybody as one is lacking common sense and lacking logical and critical thinking. Each person you meet is different. Each individual soul and being on this earth has their own thoughts, feelings, actions, and life. People have been brainwashed into this style of thinking. The evils that control this world, the evils that run the government and the school system and jobs, corporations created this inability to recognize an individual. They have brainwashed people into compartmentalizing entire groups of people rather than being able to recognize a single person. So that we can't create connections as easily. We remain divided, and they're constantly race and rage baiting us into continuing that division and that inequality. Now, if you're watching my video and you're experiencing white fatigue and some of the things that I've said have rubbed you the wrong way, maybe you don't believe you're racist, maybe you know you're racist and you don't care. I have a question for you. Do you want to live the rest of your life playing a part in a narrative that you didn't write? Or do you want to be your own person? Do you want to be your own individual self and think for yourself and learn how to recognize that each person you talk to is not the same? Every single one of them is different, and it's not based on their skin color. It's not based on their race. It's based on their soul and their mind. When you meet somebody, you don't want to be judged. You don't want people to already determine who you are and what you're about and whether or not they like you before they've even spoken to you, gotten to know you, learned who you are. So why would you do that to someone else? If you want people to recognize your individuality and recognize you as your own person, and you want that respect and kindness from others, then you have to give it. You have to give to receive. And if you're walking around judging other people based off of something as rudimentary as skin color, you've dropped the ball from the get-go. I do want to clarify this. I'm not trying to say to be colorblind and ignore the plight of other races, okay? There has been injustices done to every race on the planet. And when I say I don't mean to be colorblind, if you are a white girl or guy from Beverly Hills and you grew up in the lap of luxury, and you meet someone who grew up in poverty in the ghetto and they are black, obviously your circumstances and your experiences are completely different. But why does that make that person not deserve the same amount of respect and kindness that you offer other people? Nobody chose their circumstances. Nobody chose where they came from or what family they were born into. Even if we chose as our higher self, we still came into a family that we didn't have control over what society was going to do to that family's status. My point is, no matter where you're from, no matter your background, no matter your skin color, no matter your race, each individual person you meet deserves to be assessed as an individual, not as a group. I hope you're having a great day or night, whatever time you happen to be watching this. If you like my content, please like and subscribe, and I hope to interact with you in the future.